What is going on? Welcome to No Chill Promos. How y'all doing? Hope having a blessed weekend watching this before I get started on this super late ass review for I See the Line in the Sand. Time to find out who I am. Review, just gotta do a quick shout out to all subscribers to the channel and some followers on Rumble. This channel's so fucking dead. Still stuck 434, right? 129 Rumble. But thank you to the people who are still here. I know the algorithms are not doing what they're supposed to do, but it's all good. It's alright. We're gonna get there. Slowly but surely. We keep on going. That's what I do. But enough of that, let's get into it. Alright? So, try to make this shit as quick as I can. Alright? Just gonna run through this shit. And how do we start off these pay-per-views? My bad, PLEs. Same shit that they always fucking do. We see Big Booty Bailey in the building, Triple B. We're gonna see Lyra Valkyria, she's on the phone for twin Becky. And oh, would you look at that? We see Becky Lynch, the reigning, defending, undisputed Women's Intercontinental Champion on her stuff. The man in the Rollins household that is Becky Lynch. Then see the reigning, defending, undisputed WWE SmackDown Women's Champion. It's Watch Your Mouth Boy, Tiffany Stratton. Then see one of the GOATs, not my GOAT, but a lot of people think that she is the GOAT, Trish Stratus. Right then we see the reigning, defending, undisputed WWE Raw Women's Champion, the genius of the sky, Io Sky, aka Io Shirai. And last but not least, of course, we gotta see bloody Rhea Ripley. And she knows she's doing, licking her lips for the gooners out there. All the grown-ass men calling this chick mommy. There's only one mom in my life, and it ain't Rhea Ripley. You understand? Moving on, get an intro video package for Evolution. Right? We got Katy Perry Rise. I skipped this shit. Like, ain't no fucking way I'm listening to Katy Perry. I'm good. Alright. Well, her on some features, you know, it's alright. But Katy Perry herself, nah. I'm good. Then see Joe Tessitore and Big Steph. You know, you gotta see Stephanie McMahon, who's gonna come in and take all the credit for all the success, all the love that Evolution 2.0 gets, even though there was a severe lack of promotion for this fucking pay-per-view. My bad, PLE. I'll get used to it one of these days, probably not. But we move on to the first match. Triple threat match for the Women's Intercontinental Championship. Triple B, Big Booty Bailey, Lyra Valkyria, woo, woo, in the reigning, defending, undisputed WWE Women's Intercontinental Champion, the man of the Rollins household, Becky Lynch. Good triple threat match. I liked it. Good opener. Alright, fast forward to the finish. Bailey hits the Rose Plant to Lyra Valkyria. It's gonna pin her ass. You see Becky Lynch coming out of nowhere. Does kind of like a backslide pin to, which was smooth the way she did it. Alright, to Bailey. 1, 2, 3, and still the Women's Intercontinental Champion, Becky Lynch. Shocker. Poor Bailey. Poor Bailey. Not only does she not win, she's the one that takes the pin. And I see people, they're starting to spark up the Becky Hogan memes again. I'm telling you, there's money in it. You know, you can bring back Hulk Hogan brother. You know, she rocks the yellow and red. You know, does the Becky ups. You know, hit fucking Bailey or Lyra with the small boot, then drops her ass with the nuclear leg drop. like eat your corned beef and hash. Come on, man, I'm telling you, there's money in a Becky Hogan run, I'm telling you. But we move on. We then see NXT's first boss. She ain't the final boss. She ain't the hidden boss. Not even the middle boss. She's the first boss. And that's Eva Rain. But she did look good here. Right. We then see one of the GOATs. All right. One of the strongest men that ever lived. Mark Henry. And then we then see Vicky Guerrero. And I don't know how to feel about her because AEW packed her up to quickness. Remember, she was a manager for Nyla Rose there for like 2.5 seconds. Then allegations came out from one of her daughters. So I'm just like, yeah, I'm good, man. I'll leave that alone. But we move on to the next match, and that's for the NXT Women's World Championship. We have the Juggernaut, Jordan Grace, Blake Monroe in her corner versus the reigning, defending, undisputed NXT Women's World Champion, Juicy Jane, aka JC Jane. Enjoyed the match. I liked it for what they did out there for the time that they were given, but it was predictable because we fast forward to the finish. Blake Monroe officially turns heel, using the belt against Jordan Grace. JC takes advantage, drops her ass with a roaring elbow. 1, 2, 3, and still NXT Women's World Champion JC Jane. And to see the streets were talking, they're like, how come Jordan didn't realize what happened the last time Blake Monroe, aka Mariah May, tried to be friends with somebody? Thing is, Jordan Grace doesn't watch AEW, so how would she know? That's the only logical explanation I could come up with. We then move on. We see 3 of the most underrated women's wrestlers of all time. We see Jazz. And again, and I fucking hate this. Why are these wrestlers in the fucking crowd like they're fans? They're fucking legends. You know, why can't we get a Jazz and fucking Last Legend segment backstage? Now, why can't we get some of the OGs chopping it up with the young talent backstage? Doesn't make any fucking sense to me. You know why we can't get that? Because they're fucking lazy. The complacency of this company is fucking disgusting. Repulsive. Alright, I can't fucking stand it. They do the absolute bare minimum and overcharge the shit while doing that. I can't make this shit up. Alright? Nancy Ivory. Who, man, I haven't seen Ivory in a hot fucking minute. Alright? Super underrated. Alright, why can't we get Ivory with Chelsea Green in the Hervis segment? You know what I mean? I would say Zoe Stark, but she's fucking injured.
What stinks it up is Triple H sitting in a chair. You know, we are an action show. Sitting in a chair, stationary, cutting a promo for 9 hours with no charisma. That kills a show. That makes me never. I mean, I have jokes of like, you know, oh, Triple H is on, I'll vacuum my house. You know, oh, he's still on, I'll mop the floors. Oh, he's still on, let me clean the toilets. Why even sit there and watch a show? So that made me sick.
Someone should tell whoever's in charge over there that Triple H isn't cutting it.
And you got Jacqueline. All these women still look great for their age. You can't have Jacqueline chopping up with Kalani Jordan or Amos Parker, Jada Parker, somebody. You know? Nah, you can't get that. I got you. We then see Maurice doing her thing. Where's The Miz? The Miz is too busy playing golf until his ass gets released later on this year. Because at this point, it's gonna happen. Because what the fuck happened to The Miz and Carmelo Hayes? Like, The Miz was the one that gave Carmelo Hayes that hideous fucking big ass Andre the Giant dookie chain that went absolutely nowhere. Alright, so it's gonna happen. And when it does, I'll make a video on it. Alright? But Maurice still looks good. It's always good to see her. Alright? We then move on to the Fatal 4-Way Tag Team match for the Women's Tag Team titles. Alright, we got the Kabuki Warriors. We got, Zaruka? Her dumbass name. They came up with Soruka, Zarya. Right? We have Charlotte Flair, woo, for some fucking reason, was over. Alright, like, some of the cheers sounded piped in for sure, but they were legit chanting for Charlotte. Why? Well, I'll explain that in the video I come about Charlotte Flair. Right. And Alexa Bliss, her tag team partner, going against the reigning, defending, undisputed women's tag team champions. You have Raquel Rodriguez and AJ Perez from the Judgment Day, aka Judgment Jobbers. Alright. Good match. There were no bad matches on this card. There really wasn't. You know what I mean? But one takeaway I've seen from this match, alright? At some point, they gotta do Soruka versus Charlotte Flair. Woo! Because Soruka is everything that Charlotte Flair is not. She's more athletic, she's more attractive, she's better in the ring, and she's more likable. Alright? An actual, genuine babyface is Soruka. Right? So that has to happen at some point. I want to see it. Alright? Probably one of the best feuds Charlotte Flair will ever have in her career. If they book it correctly, but I don't want to get ahead of myself, right? But fast forward to the finish, you see Raquel Rodriguez, it's the, what's it called? The Tiana Bomb? Whatever the fuck it's called. To Soruka. Stacks her ass up, Rhea style. 1, 2, 3. And still women's tag team champions, Raquel Rodriguez, AJ Perez from the Judgment Day. Right, and I do like the way Raquel is starting to carry herself in this match. You can tell she took Kevin Nash's advice to heart and implemented it into her style. Right, which she should have been doing all this fucking time on the main roster, because there was no issue down in NXT the way she was booked, but comes up to the main roster, gets booked like an absolute jobber. Right? I like the way that like Roxanne comes out of nowhere, fucking hugs her, and like she looks annoyed, like fuck off me. I like that little detail there, but yeah, Judgment Day, they're still fucking champions, you know, it is what it is, right? Moving on, we see Tori Wilson. Looks absolutely fantastic, alright? And I'm like, why is she wearing a Rhea Ripley shirt? Like, she doesn't need any more cosigns, man, like for fuck's sake. She's already over, alright? Why not wear a fucking Maxine Dupree shirt or some shit, you know what I mean? One of the other blondes on this fucking roster. I'm just saying, but Tori still looks fantastic. Right, who else looks fantastic is Melina. She has to come out and do her entrance one more time for the one time, you know what I mean? Yeah. I digress. You then see Molly Holly, Super Molly, another super underrated wrestler. Alright, bottom. Molly's been doing her thing backstage, you know, as producer or agent for the women. So it's always good to see Molly Holly, right? But we move on to the next match. That's for the SmackDown Women's World Championship. We got Trish Stratus versus Watch Your Mouth Boy. I'm not letting that go. I'm letting y'all know. I don't give a fuck if other channels gave her a pass. I'm not. Right? You don't walk up to a black man who she's probably younger than and it'd be like, watch your mouth, boy. It's the fact that she said boy and the way she said it is the fucking problem. You understand? Which people don't. See, it's one dumbass comment talking about like, oh, it's just a Gen Z female talking to a male. It's not racist. Like, get your bullshit abstract gender construct the fuck out of here. Right? By that logic, you know, she encounters any man and calls her a boy. Like Ludwig Kaiser. And she calls him a fucking boy. Right? And she does. Not in that tone. Not watch your mouth, boy. Come on. Fuck out of here. And the amount of mental gymnastics people go through to deflect or just flat out ignore the obvious is ridiculous to me. Like I said, I gave her a pass the first time, so I'm like, you know, it's stupid, you know, I'll give her a benefit of the doubt, but second time, you know, first time, shame on me for fooling me. Second time, shame on you. Understand? It's that simple. It's like that one comment I seen some dude talking about, like, oh, just because they take pictures at work doesn't mean that she was friend with Nia Jax. I'm like, well, pictures look like they were outside hanging out. You know what I mean? It's not like backstage, in the locker room area. It looks like they're like spending time together from the looks of it. So I was wrong, I guess. Maybe she's not friends with Nia Jax. Don't know, and I don't fucking care at this point. Right? But the match itself was good. Me, I wanted to see Trish Stratus go on one more run as the world champion, but we don't get that. Nah. I'll take Trish Stratus at any point in her career over Tiffany Stratton any day of the fucking week. Twice on Sunday. But fast forward to the finish, you see Tiffany hits the BME, land completely on Trish Stratus' face. 1, 2, 3. And still SmackDown Women's World Champion Tiffany, watch your mouth, boy, Stratton. Well, GG's, Trish. GG's. Alright. People want her to win. She didn't. There's no reason why we couldn't get Trish Stratus versus Jade Cargill at Summerfest. But no, they want to stay the course. You gotta get Tiffany Stratton versus Jade Cargill. As if that's gonna be riveting, amazing storytelling. Get the fuck out of here, man. Like, moving on, we see Alundra Blaze. Big ups to her, who is 61, and she looks good for her age, in my opinion. We're gonna see another OG, Leilani Kai. Big ups to her. I'm not sure how old she is, but she looks good for her age as well. Then see Metro Boomin. Alright, and I said this before, he's a producer, you know what I mean? Like, I'll listen to some of his work. But yeah, he aight, you know what I mean? Like, he ain't no Alchemist, he ain't no fucking DJ Premier, he ain't no fucking Buck Wild, no, he ain't no fucking DJ Clue in his prime, or fucking Jay Dilla, all the greats. You know what I mean? He on that level. Like, hell, he's not even Hit Boy. I'll stop. He's decent. And then see Lil Yachty in the audience, and I'm wondering, who is the bigger goon for Rhea Ripley? Is it Lil Yachty or is it Drake? I want to know. Y'all let me know, right? Because I don't know, right? But move on to the next match, no holds barred match or a false count anywhere match, some shit like that. Right? We have Jade Cargill versus Naomi with the EST of the WWE, Bianca Belair, special guest referee. Right? Now, the only thing I didn't like about this match was the finish. Jade hits Naomi with the avalanche jaded through a table for the 1, 2, 3. Alright. So Jade Cargill once again goes over on Naomi. And just look at Bianca's face. Like, you couldn't let Naomi go over. Just gotta beat her again. You know it's crazy how you beat her like 2 or 3 times now, but Naomi's still way more over than you. Ain't that some shit, huh? You ain't better than me. I'm the EST of the WWE. You got me fucked up. Like, if you're thinking you're gonna do that bullshit to me, absolutely not. That's what Bianca was saying, if I was saying it. Right? So, still gonna tease Bianca versus Jade at some point. I don't know when. Alright, but real quick, I seen this ad for WWE 2K that's now 40% off. I'll get it when it's 90% off. It's gonna happen. It's gonna happen here real soon. That's when I'll pick up WWE 2K25. And maybe, just maybe, I'll have to mod the shit out of it. I'll start making videos, like my custom roster for you guys, you know what I mean? Because I had a lot of fun with WWE 2K23. A lot of hours modding the fucking game, but once I got it to where it was, I enjoyed it. Custom theme songs for everybody, my mixture of fucking people from Stardom, Wario, TNA, AEW, my roster was loaded. Some of the OGs, yeah. My roster was crazy. Right? Yeah. I digress. We move on to the Battle Royale. Whole lot of eye candy, whole lot of yeah. in this match. You damn right. All right. Who I wanted to see win at first, I had to go with Lola Vice or Last Legend. You know, I know Lola's been doing her thing in AAA, so I got locked back in down there. And I'm like, as far as Last Legend, she always comes up short. It's like, when are y'all gonna give this woman something to do? Right? Like, metaphor is no longer a thing. You know, fucking packed up her tag team partner. So it's like, what the fuck are you gonna do with Last Legend, huh? You gonna push her or not? You gotta be a fucking idiot to not push her. That's just me. And y'all see that big ass sign back there? Respect the Women's United States Champion. Well, guess what, buddy? They don't. Because why in the fuck is the Women's United States Champion Julia in this battle royal? Instead of, you know, I don't know, maybe this is a crazy concept, but defend her United States Championship on a pay-per-view that has only women on it? I don't know. That, we know what that tells me. They have absolutely zero plans for Julia. That's what the fuck that tells me. I'm not going to go through all the eliminations, but I will point out how Nia Jax eliminated Tim Paxley and Izzy Dane. They were the first two to go. I'm like, how the fuck do you get rid of these two before Candice and never drew a dime Gargano? How? I don't get it. I don't fucking get it, man. Alright, you see Kalani Jordan, she's now the Kofi Kingston for the women, where she does these crazy stays but yet doesn't win the Battle Royal. So it's like, is that a good spot or a bad spot to be in? You tell me. Right, at one point we see B-Fab and Meechin twerking. Hey, go on and twerk what your mama gave you. Right, I ain't gonna stop you. I ain't complaining. Right? We then see Zelina Vega eliminate Julia. For what? I don't know. I couldn't tell you. I guess they're continuing this feud with Zelina Vega and Julia, but it's like nobody gives a fuck about Zelina Vega. Right? I made a video on how to push this woman. Perfect gimmick for Zelina. But they don't listen to me. What do I know, right? But we move on to the final two. Alright, and when I see this shit, I'm like, oh no. I already know who's going over. You guys got Stephanie Van Kier versus Last Legend. And best believe in this fucking company, they're going to choose Stephanie before they choose Last Legend. Right? I promise you. Now, you could argue that Stephanie is probably the best worker for the women. You know, because she's out there doing fucking spiral taps, for fuck's sake. I mean, there's no other chick on that roster doing that. And they're fighting back and forth, but once Stephanie locks the devil's kiss, the yeah, man. One time for Booker T. But as soon as this happens, it's like, yeah, it's GG's for Last Legend. It's over. And the winner of Battle Royal is Stephanie Van Kier. Then see Big Steph put over Little Steph, but I ain't trying to hear shit Stephanie McMahon has to say. Take your ass back to that boring ass show. What's that called? Stephanie's Places? You can go any other place but here. No. But Stephanie Van Kier said basically that she's the La Primera of the women's division and that she thanks all the women, all the OGs, the trailblazers that made it possible for people like her to wrestle. Alright? We move on. We see Funny Marco. Never heard this dude day of my life. Is he funny? Y'all let me know. See Quavo, recipes take off, and that leads us to the main event. And it's for the Raw Women's World Championship. We have Triple H's favorite, Rhea Ripley versus the reigning, defending, undisputed Raw Women's World Champion, Io Sky. And I believe this is her second title defense? Her second or third? Like, if I'm not mistaken, I believe people were saying that Io hasn't done shit since her defense at WrestleMania 41. Alright. And it's a damn shame. Io Sky is also one of your best workers in this fucking company. She could have been putting on banger after banger after banger after banger. But no. And you know who's to blame? Triple H. And I see all this fucking bullshit. You know, I see people disrespecting women's wrestling, talking about they don't draw, they suck, no one wants to see them wrestle. And I've been watching wrestling for a long time now, like easily over 2 decades, right? There was never at any point have I ever told myself, I'm so sick and tired of women's wrestling. Never have I ever. It sounds like a personal problem to me, nigga. Like, straight up. Like, you know, I've seen this bullshit how women's wrestling doesn't draw. Alright, if that was the case, promotions like Stardom, Memorial, Shimmer, you know, WoW, is it? All those promotions would be out of business. So obviously there is a demand, there is a market for women's wrestling. The problem with this fucking PLE was the lack of promotion. They gave this shit 3 weeks like they gave Bill Goldberg his retirement match program. 3 weeks. That's all we can spare. Like, that's a fucking problem. There's a problem when NXT does a better promotion for Evolution 2.0 than the main roster. There's a fucking problem there. But yeah, you'll never see me come on here and shit on women's wrestling because they're women. That's fucking retarded. What I will do is continue to shit on certain women's wrestlers who I think suck. Same thing with the men. It's a lot of trash from both the men and the women. Right? Both genders. Right? But as far as the main event, I liked it. I thought it was overbooked at one point where like they were fighting on the outside because at one point it was clear that Rhea Ripley is going to win. It took ref bumps and all this fucking convoluted booking to protect Rhea Ripley because she just can't take a straight up L. Nah, we have to protect Rhea Ripley at all costs. Rhea Ripley has to look strong. You understand? And you could argue that this is probably the best match that Io and Rhea had with each other. You know, you can tell these two have good chemistry out there. So, but we're gonna fast forward to the best part of the match. Now it's when Naomi came through, announced to the entire world that she is cashing in tonight. All right, and I like how they didn't do the typical like, are you sure that you want to cash in that briefcase on this match going on right now at this very moment? Right now, are you sure? I mean, you can do it another time. I mean, you can do it like 5 minutes from now, or you know, come back tomorrow. But you want to do it right now? I fucking hate. I hate when they do that, man. It looks so fucking goofy. All right, but they wasted no time here. Naomi hits the split like moonsault to Io Sky, packs up Rhea Ripley. 1, 2, 3, and no. Raw Women's World Champion Naomi. The crowd fucking popped. This was unexpected. And Naomi absolutely 110% fucking deserves it. Alright? So now this makes her a 4-time Women's World Champion. Alright? Now, don't get too excited because at the end of the day, the booker is still Triple H. And best believe they would feed her, you know, because before we had to worry about Super Jade coming through and fucking things up. Now we have to worry about Super Rhea coming through and fucking things up, who's even worse. Right? You're talking about the number one, I guess, baby face for the women. Right? That's now on Naomi's fine ass. You know, not good. It's not fucking good at all. Best believe that, like, I would not put it past Triple H to feed Naomi to Rhea Ripley or Stephanie Vankier. And if that were to happen, best believe there's going to be a fucking rant on this channel. I'm like, yeah, I'm glad Naomi's champion, but the main thing is giving her a good fucking title reign. That's the main part, right? She won Money in the Bank. She's now the champion. Now complete it by giving her a solid fucking title reign as a champion. Book her like you fucking mean it. Book her like you will book Rhea Ripley as a champion. Right? Don't book her like you did Io Sky. Alright? And big ups to her. You know, they did her fucking dirty as well. Like 2 or 3 title defenses. Inexcusable. and she was a baby face. Like, she should have been defending her belt like fucking on a weekly basis. You know what I mean? If not bi-weekly or some shit. But no, not what a disservice to Io Sky. Alright. But I am happy, ecstatic for Naomi, but I am worried. I am concerned. Because I have zero trust in Triple H. Right. So I'm not giving him credit right now. No. I have to see how he books Naomi as champion. If he does right by her, then I'll give the man his praise. But we shall see until then. Right. That's pretty much all I gotta say about this bullshit. So pretty much covered everything that happened, that transpired on Evolution 2.0. Alright, and I know some people are talking about they want to see this PLE every year. But you got Triple H. Yeah, we're not doing Evolution every year. Alright, but did y'all enjoy the show? You know, I don't see race. I see only talent. I tell the biggest stories with the biggest talent I have. We see the little Triple H's out there. We see Layla on a guy. We see Melina, Jazz. Amazing. Hell, I even brought back Ivory. And I can't stand Ivory talking shit about me and my promos. That's what happened. Yeah, I'm fucking done talking about this bullshit. I want to hear from you guys, alright? How you guys feel about Evolution? Y'all let me know. Right, to those who go out the way, like, comment, support the channel, thank you. Because I am convinced the algos are not doing their fucking job. Right? It's never consistent here on YouTube. You know, and it doesn't make any sense to me, so I don't know. Alright, to those who go out the way and dislike on some petty shit, more power to you. Alright. As far as what's next, Great American Bash, right, we have Slammiversary tonight, so I'm trying to knock out Great American Bash. I got to do these videos on Street Profits and Charlotte Flair. So I'll try to see what I can knock out tonight before Slammiversary, but always enough for guys' time for now. So that said, be safe, blessed, and carry yourself, protecting yours, your loved ones, stay warm, stay dry, stay frosty, but most importantly, trust in God. God be with you. I'm out of here. Until next time. Adios.